is it time to do IMs again on Zero? Hi, I'm Zeospantera. That is not Corona-chan, I'm pretty sure, but our colors do match the Dunu Titan S. These are 3 IMs that I picked off the table behind me almost randomly, almost. I did specifically pick up the Ovidius because I only recently did the Ovidius headphones and I went like, that sounds like a goddamn IM manufacturer that I never heard of before. Apparently they have an IM as well. So I haven't listened to any of these yet. They've been sitting on my desk for a while. So I'm going to spend a few hours with them. And we're going to assess the waifu-ness, the combat armoriness, and the actual affordability in that blue case of these 3 IMs. So they are the Bravery, SeeAudio Bravery, which if anyone knows the SeeAudio Neo, that's like one of my favorites. These Ovidius are called the RX100, as opposed to the TX901s here. And then the Dunu Titan S. Now, Dunu has sent me several IMs, or Hi-Fi Go has, and the Zens are one of my favorite. I wasn't that sold on the EST112s, so we'll see if these cheaper ones hold up. Anyway, now, time to put on my tips, all the Kony tips, all matching all the time, and let's get into it. Well, first of all, do you get that with your IMs? If the answer is no, you probably shouldn't buy them. I decided to do the Braveries first because I'm obsessive and left to right, makes sense. And at $279, these are setting a high fucking bar. These aren't much more expensive, the Ovidius, and these are like $80, so it's like, this is not the cheapest set on the desk, but it's $279 is like, And I'm sitting here, and these all spent time in the burner rig, in case you're wondering. And, ooh, if these aren't what Zeos likes in an IM. They're 4 balanced armature. There's no dynamic at all. And I'm usually, when it gets to like strictly balanced armatures, I'm a little bit like, oh God, they're too bright. Usually it's too bright. Or they're one note. And I think these are a little one note, but that note is low end, warmth, and smooth. It's like if you set your coffee grinder to atomic levels of just like powder, like you grind your coffee and all of a sudden, where's my coffee? And it's actually just dissipated through the bag because it's so smooth. It's just, there's no matter. It's a quark now. 4 BAs, two bass BAs, all Sonion. Let me get the dust off of this box. I think this has been here since September. So Knowles, Sonion. Then there's this Asla, and I was like, what's that? And then Hugue. And the Hugue is the wire, which is, I want to take these out of my ears to show you them. But I kind of want to keep listening. These are one of those, these are a perfect Zeos IM, all right? If you're one of those people who's like never been to see reviews before, probably not the best way to start is this video. Because I have a very specific thing I want from an IM or a headphone or a speaker or a woman or a car. And usually it's, I want to have fun. I don't want to get hurt. And I don't want you to cost $1 million. And don't order the lobster. So these are, oh, hella soft. Not like have no treble soft, but you could tell that like if you had to pay it, if I was giving them a grade in school, for bass, they're an A. They get straight A student in bass. Maybe mid-range vocals, they're like a solid B. They're a B student in it. Not B plus, but not B minus either. And then for the highs, they're like, I don't know, B minus. We're not concerned with that. What these do, and they're extremely light for their size. They're slightly chonk boys, but what they do is they smooth everything out, and then they make everything nice and wide, and they do actually very good positioning. I had a song come on, I'm like, because I spend about 40 minutes listening, just listening, scrolling through my phone. I kind of hate IM reviews because I feel like it takes my entire day to do this whole desk. It'll be like 5-6 hours before this whole desk is reviewed. But a lot of that is just, okay, film the 10 to 20 minutes of this IM, shut it off, and just listen. And just listen, because there's too many IMs for me to spend like 2 days with each of them. And if I'm just sitting here scrolling through my phone and I'm just like, if I don't notice the music happening while I'm doing that, then they're probably a meh IM. And what happened is I was scrolling through my phone and I went, wait a sec. I just started reading. I started actually reading about the IM about to review, and I'm like, well, they have physical filters. Oh, the crossovers, 2 physical crossovers. Oh, the anime waifus and instructions how to do it. And like, oh, and then I read, there was a bullet point here that said, comes with premium ASLA X-Lastic Sendna-Fit ear tips, and I went, wait a second. This package of ear tips is X-Elastics, and I hate the name because I can never spell it. And this cost me, Zeos, $27 on Amazon to buy this set of 3 pairs, and they're 3 different sizes, and so only 2 of them really work at a time. And meanwhile, this set literally fucking comes with them. And sure as shit, I took out the Daconis and I put in the X-Elastics. If you don't know about the X-Elastics, they look like a normal like IM tip, but the grip on them, like if they made sex toys out of this material, it might go in, but it would never come out. You'd be in surgery. It is like the grippiest silicone. It feels like there's glue on it, like you sprayed Super 77 spray tack on it, because you put it in there and it's just like it doesn't even want to come out of this. Like here, look, you got the foams are just falling out. I didn't even try the foams, but these they actually invert before they pull out of the foam thing, because they're that tacky. So this is like $27 worth of fucking tips here. So I immediately switched to it, and the tips do make a slight difference, and they made a pretty slight difference. It was pretty slight. But it was like, holy shit. So super light, great tips that it comes with, which is very rare for me to say. I guess I'll stick on the sound until I get to the wire. We got to talk about the wire for a second, because it's either I love it or an I hate it thing, and I'm not sure. By the way, here's the case it comes with. Oh fuck, I hate these. These are like one of those default cases. There it goes. It opens and it closes. Yeah, no, I think these are a perfect. And people are always like, "Oh, compare headphones to IMs," and I don't do that. But these are Mark III Argons, not T60 Argons. These don't have the treble for that. But Mark III Argons, wide, fun, bass, placement, like good imaging. There you go. There's your Mark III Argons. The back design is honestly pretty generic. There's the SeeAudio sign, and then whatever that is, the Bravery logo, I guess. They're just hollow plastic. They don't weigh anything. The wire is, this is my 1/4-inch adapter, not theirs. So here's just a SeeAudio thing, and then it's a fabric cable, like 2-wire fabric. So it's pretty thick. Like, it's thick. That is a thick boy cable. And then it goes from the 2 into a split here, and then you got the little slider, and here's your individual single ones. And that's not where the problem lies with this cable. The problem lies with this bit up here, which goes over your ear, because that's not how it's supposed to go over your ear if you look at the IM. It's supposed to go over your ear like that. And if you accidentally do this, this is just doesn't keep shape enough. I was gonna get the heat gun out. You have to basically guarantee you turn this all the way forward so that this touches the back of your ear, or otherwise it's like way, way up there. So it's a little light, actually. Like, for a cable, it's made out of the stiff, well, not stiff, it's super fucking soft too. But it just feels weird. It doesn't hang properly. So these like springy ends need to be heavier. I was actually tucking this thing up against my chin to sort of like keep it down. Not a super negative. I mean, it's a fucking nice wire. And it works. It is a 2-pin connector, by the way, that just doesn't insert. It just sticks into the thing. Accessories it comes with. Okay. Oh, before I move on to this is for the Bravery. I found this on Amazon. Actually, no, Chuck, Big Daddy, found this on Amazon, and he looked at it and he laughed. And I looked at it and I went, "Oh my God, you can buy this leather strap, which is made by Anna in, I think, Guatemala. Anna made it because she signed it. It's just a leather strap with holes in it, made by Hide and Drink. And it's just got holes in it, and it's specifically designed for IMs. And what you do is you put your IMs through there, and then you put this over your neck. And then you pull your IMs through the little holes, and you put them in your ears. These are the Moondrop Illuminations, by the way, which are my go-to IEMs for like actually Zeos using. On the $300 fucking Linsol cable, it does not need to be $300 cable. This is fine. But what you do is when you take them out of your ears, you just drop them, and they didn't hit the floor because you're fucking wearing them. That is the best $8 real leather thing I've ever fucking seen, and it really deserves its own review. But I'm going to insert it into the... I should have done it at the very beginning of this one, because there was 7 left in stock. I bought 2 more for myself, and then, you know, the rest for... Actually, I gave the link to the patrons, so there's probably none left. Anyway, to the SeeAudio, which is my... So far, set the bar for... I want a warm, soft, just chill out, just enjoyable fucking IEM that you could turn the volume up and rock out a bit. As you've seen, it comes with an acrylic fucking figure of Ms. Bravery here. She's got a name. Well, here are the Rinko things. SeeAudio is the same company that gave Critical his tuned one with his artwork on it. I'm okay if I'm not on it, as long as he's not on this, because that would freak me out. If he was just in the background of all of them, it's like 3 Rinko stickers and a Critical, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Anyway, you get the Rinko stickers, like, the fuck is that? Why? That one's cool, that one's cute, that one, no, these 2 are no. But it comes with stickers, comes with a fucking acrylic stand, which they say you can just, like, they show a picture of it, and you just, like, hang your IEMs off of it like that. It comes with a fucking postcard, like, place stamp here postcard, that is adorable as fuck. Look at the quality. I patronize so many artists and they can't get close to like this level of just adorable girl waking up in your shirt. And then this is another postcard. Who the fuck are you sending these postcards to, people? This one's nicely printed in color. It's just a box art on the front. It's like, this is the weebiest fucking set of IEMs. I had to get it done. And I'm glad because they're perfect Zeo. If they wanted to do Critical with his, this would be mine. I want the Braveries because these have a Zeo sound. All I would do is look at that beautiful warmth. All I would do is knock the treble up like a 2 decibels at like 7,000. It's like above 5. No one likes 5,000. Maybe 3,000. 3,000, like a little bump at 3,000 maybe. Yeah, no, these are fucking great. They're $279 too. I'm glad when I randomly picked shit off the table, I didn't pick any like $1,000 IEMs because God knows what's back there. During one of my live streams, I'm going to be inventorying all the IEMs that are there to try to figure out who sent me what, when, and how much they're worth so I can sort of make these less random. But I kind of like the random because I burn them all in. I sit down. I haven't had a chance to listen to all these individually. Only the ones that I get that I've listened to individually are the ones that I've like expected and really wanted. Didn't know what the fucking Ovidius was, or well, I know what the Dunu is. Dunu is at least. So we're gonna move on because I'm gonna obviously go back and compare and contrast to all these things. I have to hide the waifus. They're so fucking cute. I'm gonna put you up here. Put you up there, Ms. Bravery, Miss Rinko, and unplug this. And then we'll move on to the Ovidius. Okay, so Ovidius. If these videos are coming out in any sort of regular order, the Ovidius headphone review should be out before these. And these were called the Combat Armor, and these are called, they don't say it on here, they just say RX100. But this is called, I think, the Quinn Armor. And when I reviewed those, I was like, well, Combat Armor, and they're great for gaming. So right now, as I'm talking to you, I'm playing the exact same Squad Realistic War Sounds YouTube video, which is gunshots and explosions. And I think I found Ovidius' sound. Their house sound is literally terrifying. What was the word I thought of? Fuck, I had a word. All right, it'll come back to me. Anyway, Quinn Armor is what they call it here. And apparently, the Qin dynasty in China, which they excavated, the terracotta warriors, they apparently designed these IEMs with this pattern on the back of it, the same as they did the pattern on the back of these, to match what was on the Quinn armor of the buried Chinese terracotta army. So there's that. Don't know if that's what you're looking for in an IEM, but I have it. And this is a single dynamic with a dual balance armature, but It is a 10 millimeter carbon crystal molecule two-tone moving coil. And the mid and treble double action iron. Don't know why they call it that. Yeah, self-developed double action iron 2-tone moving coil. Okay, so put that down there. Put this out. We done learning about the history of everything. By the way, these are $299. So these are $279. Fell in love. These are $299. Took a little more time getting into like listening to them and actually listening to music through them and then switching a couple different amps. And I'm like, all right, impactful is the word. These want to make an impression on your fucking soul. And they're going to do it by drilling into your head. Not in a bad way, though. Certainly more treble and detail retrieval than the Bravery. But that 10 millimeter is throwing out about the same low end. It really is a little more amp dependent because when you go with a 3 driver, that's a 4 driver, but I feel like the crossover is doing such a good job. This is changing types. Good bass knock, solid low end performance. Like the Ovidius headphones were bass and then like mid-range and then like treble. And I feel like these are nearly identical to that. A little more enjoyable for music than I thought the TX 901s were, 991s. What the fuck these things are? I'm still shuffling. Horns, Ennio Morricone horns. Hold on, I'm listening. You can't hear them because it's my headphones. I doubt Ennio ever heard horns as good as this, and he heard them in real life. So these do almost the exact same thing as the Ovidius headphone, where it's not a V-shaped as far as bass is extended and treble is extended. It feels more like quality. Bass quality is amazing. Treble quality is amazing. And then mid-range, like vocals, it just gets okay. It's just okay. Oh my God, the knock on that. CeeLo Green, Fool for You. There's like a boom, 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 and it sounds like someone's dropping a body on my floor. This might be more bass than the Bravery. But the Bravery was a big, warm, like all bass. It was so good and smooth. These are not as smooth. Yeah, these are intense. These are an Nine Inch Nails White Mask. These are an intense listening session. Oh, I'm taking them out of my ears. I'm still using my foam tips on them. They do look like 16-year-old me would have loved these. Look at them. They're all red and black. They've got the red connectors and the wires are silver. Actually, the wires are really nice on this. This is a another 3.5. None of these are balanced, which I'm fine with, I guess. Cottis T exists, so we need to have these. 3.5 millimeter, big red fucking aluminum connector. 4-wire weave up to a almost identical size middle split into 2 wires with a little slidey red aluminum. So really well built. I mean, these are the most expensive on the table at $300. Bass impact for days, and then treble brightness. No, it's not brightness. I don't want to scare you people away. Go, oh, he said it was too bright. I don't like bright IDMs. Bright IDMs. IDMs, industrial demolition machines. I don't like those either. But, you know, jumping around from different amps, this is a little bit... The Musician is actually not as smooth as the Rebel. The Rebel takes away a little bit of the detail, and putting it back to the Musician sort of brought it back out, and I was like, oh, back it up, buddy. I actually didn't try it in here. Give me a second. Let me do that. Low gain. I'll plug this back in now that you've seen them. They're more substantial than those by like 3 times the weight, but still not anywhere near like OH10. They just look metal and they feel metal. The wires also, like, look at this. Just look at the geometry on this, where this wire is in front of the driver. Comes up, goes in, and it does a sideways twist. Then there's all these weird fucking shapes on the actual unit themselves. You don't feel them when they're in. Like, that's a lot of shit going on. There's like a V hump in the middle here. And I'm like, what the fuck are all these shapes? And it's perfect. It goes right in your ear, just settles in your ear, and you're happy and good to go. Well, that's THX now. Yeah, Nine Inch Nails' White Mask is not a song I ever listened to for like audiophile testing, but it's like a really dirty drums. It's like Lars Ulrich is just like smashing on some, and it's moving from back to forward, so it's got excellent imaging. Truly excellent imaging. That did very good imaging in the center, and this is doing the same. Not as wide a soundstage. These are essentially just those headphones, but as an IM. And I'm more happy listening to music on them. These might be the best gaming IMs. Whoa, Tower of God bird song. Like this song just started, Tower of God, it starts loud, and it just like overwhelmed what I couldn't even hear myself speaking. Okay, if you... I gotta go to a quieter part of the song. I yearn for quieter parts of music while wearing these, because they're intense as fuck. It's like I just did like heroin and mescaline and some cocaine, and then, oh, by the way, I ran through the sun, and now I want to listen to that. But it's not like a bright headphone. Like usually if I say a headphone is very intense, it's like, oh, I can't listen to it anymore. This and that both do something that just make you want to keep listening and hurting yourself. So that's a sound. I'm going to take out some of the accessories. I left them packed and didn't unpack them like the rest of them. You get the standard tracing paper with the Ovidius on it in rose gold. You get a clip that, like, look at all this is packed. You get 4 size tips. Actually, you get 5. No, you know, I put the tips back in here. You get 4 different size tips. Super small, small, medium, and large. You very rarely see a super small. Then it comes with these adapters, and these adapters were sort of a foolie. Can I get this out with my human fingers? I only have human hands. Fuck. All right. I gotta go down and get a goddamn tip. Welcome to under my desk. That was my bad. I did bad. By the way, the large in this are very large. If these get sold in the yard sale, which is probably the case, that's where you get it. Anyway, so here are the adapters it comes with. And they're 4.4 Pentacon and 2.5 balanced to 3.5 millimeter. So they're not it doesn't come with like this is, why go through the trouble? Well, I don't want to show you that yet. Why go through the trouble of making like extra connectors and then not just giving me a balanced cable and letting me turn it into 3.5 millimeter? Why go through this why? Give me the balanced option, which is the better option, and then give me things that make it not balanced, instead of saying, oh, you have a balanced shit? Here, that'll fix your problem. So there's that. These were like, I was excited. There's your tips, as what the things were. And the best for last, if you were thinking about not buying this, I don't think that's an option now, boys and girl, whoever's watching this. What the fuck is this bag? Like a rhinestone cowboy. I think this is, yeah, this has to go behind here. So you put them in there and you wrap your tallowassel around there and you keep your chewing tobacco in there. What the fuck? Is this another like ancient Chinese Quinn armor thing? Because it says Ovidius, very soft. Like this is like, if I was a horse and you were saddling me up and this was the leather under the saddle, I'd be very happy to be that horse. But then you've got this like Native American, Wild West, turquoise bead, Incan, like floral stamped leather flap. Like it's just a flap. Here's the actual hole. It just goes in the hole. It's leather. It's real leather. This thing, the lid itself weighs 1,000,000 pounds. The bag weighs nothing. So you got this with this, and then what you do is you take this, which is a very heavily waxed or nylon strap with a wooden bead on it, and you just give that old thing a twist around there, nice and sealed up. And what the fuck is that? It's weird as shit. All right. But it's not as boring as the SeeAudio one, which you can't get open unless you like really, like you have to break it in. This thing is like, because it's just a rubber ring. But like, okay, it's aluminum and it's got the bunny ears and the bunny girl. And I love bunny girls. I love fucking bunny girls, or horns. They're fine too. But it's like, that is unique in the space. And it doesn't match anything about this. Like the black and the red and the fucking ancient armor. And then it's like, I don't know, we went to New Mexico and there was a lady on the side of the road and she had 200,000 of these and we bought all 200,000 of them. And we stamped Ovidius in the back of it. That is the most special part about this whole, this is why I love IEMs. Because as much as I like put off doing IEMs, when they do some weird shit, they fucking do weird shit. That is the weirdest shit. So overall listening to these are way less tolerable than the Braveries, but then again, the Braveries are probably one of the most tolerable IEMs I've ever listened to. They're on tin T2 levels of like, put them in, don't worry about shit, just enjoy your music. These are more like, put them in, just start you're fucking ready to like go to like punching, and then you're like, and it's like Prodigy Smack My Bitch Up, that whole music video. If you haven't seen the video, future Zeos, find a YouTube, there won't be a YouTube copy. Find a Vimeo copy of Prodigy Smack My Bitch Up. There's tits in that music video. But it's a first-person perspective of a person going on a fucking bender. And if you were doing that, I would do that wearing these. Because they have that sort of energy, that manic, like, pressure, energy, fun, fuck you energy. So yeah, that is the Ovidius RX100s. I don't hate them. They're not the sound I'd go with on a daily basis, but my God, if you just want, if that's, you're ever playing a Halo game and you want to experience what it's like to be in the game, I feel like Ovidius is your brand, because these scare the shit out of me, and these get real close, if not more, scaring the shit out of me. Let's move on. Okay, so last and not least, Dunu Titan S. Same color scheme as the wallpaper. I must have caught the box out of the corner of my eye when I was just picking through the list, because that's way, way too convenient. Like, way. There's one major problem with the Dunu Titan S. I am doing them following the Ovidius Murder Machine intense, and then these super smooth. So we've got extreme smooth, chill bass. Then we've got extreme bass, you know, intense engagement. And then these are just sort of like $80 IMs. And I was just on Hi-Fi Go, who sent them, and underneath this and related items, next to the Dunu Titan S, which talks about its cyberpunk-inspired techie design, 11mm dynamic driver with the N52 neodymium magnets, is the Moondrop Aria with its 10mm dynamic diaphragm, also LCP, the N52 strong neodymium magnets. It doesn't say what the case is made out of, but I fucking love the Arias. The Moondrop Arias are like, just, that's it for $80. So now you've got the Dunu Titan S, exactly the same price, 1mm larger driver, and I think maybe that gives us a little bit of advantage in the low end, because there was a couple songs that came on, not all the songs. It's a single dynamic. I love single dynamics. Single dynamics kick fucking ass. Neither one of these are that, and those, and then these have but what more. So it's like, they're good. Like Resurrection Blues, Otis Taylor, sounds like one of the best recorded songs I have. It just always is. Do these compete? These might compete. These might compete with those, because they bring that little bit more warmth to the low end that It's a tough decision, because I did the same thing, and I sat here with my phone just scrolling through it, and I never changed songs. On the other ones, like, I heard this, I'm like, oh wow, I gotta hear this on more songs. Oh wow, I gotta hear this on more songs. And I put the Titans on, and I plugged it in. I think I had it on the Musician for the longest time, and I just listened. content, complacent. Just, this is my music. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to dick through my phone for fucking 30 minutes. Posting anime wallpapers to my secret wallpaper archive I keep on Telegram, which has got like, it's got to be over 75 years worth. If I did a video every other day, I have 75 years worth of wallpapers in there. So let's keep this channel going. Thank you for supporting me on Hi-Fi Guides and sponsoring me on Patreon. When I quit, I will release all the wallpapers that I never used. That's not a good excuse to try to make me quit, though. All right, so these get a little, I don't know if this is a song or not. When you turn these up, they get a little bit like overwhelmed. It's like, not a good like the Ovidius is a good It's like you're at a strip club and there's 30 strippers and that's too many strippers, and there's 50 strippers and that's good. This is more like there's one stripper and you're just turning up her both crazy and weight. And it's like, oh no. So you're just like backing away. Yeah, these don't play loudly happy. They're not happy very loud. That's a very quiet song. But now you keep it at a normal nominal volume and you're sort of like, handsome family, sleepy. Oh man, this is a perfect song for this. It's just, you would be absolutely satisfied. If you've never had a good set of IMs, these will satisfy you. Put them in, be comfortable, be calm. Hold on, I burped. I'm normally into the cyberpunk genre, but the design on these is like unnecessary angles. It's not super crazy. Like I've seen crazier. You can kind of see a little better on the box. Like they're doing a thing. Like, oh, it's like got ribs, and then it's like a channel, and then it's got like a little vent dome, and it's like, oh shit, and it's made of this like gunmetal. Like it's like Terminator 2 came back from 1990. What year was Terminator 2? 94? So Terminator 2 was 1994, but now it's the future in the past, and this is what's cool. So it's like got an exposed fucking screw there. It's a very industrialized design. And the L and the R are definitely not the text shape you'd want for, I think Dunu does that on all of theirs. The L is very fancy, like it's a very fancy, like scriptive L, and like why? Just put an L. I'm okay with that. What do they put on IMs in China if you're selling them to the Chinese? Because L and R isn't a thing, I'm imagining. So all right, the build of the actual IMs is kind of like, it's not sus. They're solid. I have no problem with them. They're not the prettiest looking things. These are obviously much prettier. Those are pretty plain Jane. These are actually more interesting than the Bravery looking ones. But the Braveries come with so many waifus, I don't care. The wire on this one might be my favorite of the day on the cheapest IM. Because I mean, it's only a 3.5 millimeter. At least it's a right angle, aluminum housing. It's instead of a braided, it's just a twisted 4, but it's a pin straight, nice and thin, light 4, up to a small thing with a serial number on it that breaks it into 2 individual cables. And then the hooks that go around your ears are the right amount of twist to get completely up. And look, they flex and they go in, unlike those which you have to sort of like manipulate. And these were really good too. But this is just like enough. This is enough IM cable for an IM. This is perfect. And then let's look at the, I don't have to say shit because it's blue. Not a little blue, very blue. And if you hold it like this, which is the way you would open it to get inside of it, and you read the name, it says Nune. N-U-N-E. Oh, D-U-N-U. Okay. I was confused because I was reading it upside down, but apparently this is how you carry it, because I guess if it's a purse, it is very much like grandma's change purse. You even got a second inner space for her to keep her emergency 20 in, which I don't know what the fuck you're supposed to put in there. It's so tight. But anyway, this opens up, and I put all the tips it comes with, and it's a fuckload for $80. Honestly, these IMs might be worth buying just to get well, it's an attached wire, unfortunately. Oh, wait, it's not. I forgot. I put this together forever ago. It's a very strange 2-wire. Actually, you know what? it might be worth it against this wire, because look at that. Look how shallow that 2-wire connector is. Holy fuck. I didn't even bother taking it off to like check. So yeah, like this one sticks out real far. And it's even it's the worst on this. Look how far out this 2-wire connector sticks. Let me see something. Where's my left channel? It's even marked L on the wire. Because I'm not a huge believer in expensive wires, even though I have a $300 one on my... Look at that. That's tucked away nice. These must be the nicest wires. Dunu, sell me your wires. Put my name on them. So yeah, look, the blue and red. I didn't even notice that either. Look, you can't fuck it up. It's blue and red on the connector. So I really like the wire for the Dunu Zen. And as much as this is the bluest Sonic the Hedgehog, it's not good blue. It's Sonic the fucking Hedgehog blue. It's perfectly matching the wallpaper blue. It's blue. It's fucking blue. I got blown, real blue. But the tips it comes with, look how many there are. There is these ball tips that are, they're labeled Dunu, so they're not just some generic shit. These are by them that are super fucking thick. I'm not a ball tip fan. That feels like you could take that out of context. But these are some of the most solid ball tips. And you got these blue ones to match your blue, to get blued. There's only 4 of those. But then they go from giant to small. And you get the normal one. There's so many fucking tips for an $80 IEM. Like, if you and a friend are like gonna buy an IEM and your friend can get like one with no tips, because you have all the fucking tips. And I, of course, put the foams on there because I'm me, and I put foams on everything, and then I change them if I find out you come with fucking elastics. I don't hate these. $80, I think they're worth. Are you going to run out and grab? You have to make the decision, because there's a couple really good sub-$100 IMs. You could even go down to the blonde BLO 5S. Or another, like, they're $50 or $45. And I think anything, once you cross that $99 line and under, it's fair game. Like if you are so limited in budget that you're concerned between $42 and $52, just buy the blondes. But if you can buy anything you want up to $100, blondes, you've got Arias and you got these, and you got to decide which one you want. The redeeming factor of these is the accessories. The wire is spectacular. The bag is blue, but fucking like a quality, like zippable. Like, I feel like if I was a woman, I would carry this around. Although even as a man, men can carry around little change purses too. But I mean, you ideally want to be like a 90-year-old lady that just pulls her change out. Here's some change, little boy. Go plow my driveway. And my granddaughter. There you go. So if you want the case and the wire and decent sound, like, I'm not going to knock it. It's a Dunu product. Even the Dunu 112s that I didn't really like pull out really neutral sound. These just have a lot of competition under $100. But come with everything, even a little nipple clamp for hooking the wire. I would never, getting the wire in there, I feel would be dangerous. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. So yeah, that's the roundup of these 3. The Dunu Titans, because they had mentioned something to me about sponsorship and the Titans, so I'm like, let me check them out. And I like them. Do I love them? Are they the greatest things under $100? They kind of fall into the middle of the ground of everything. I wouldn't say no to them. The Ovidius, I want to see more. Wait a second. I just want a 5th blue tip. Let's assume it comes with 6 blue tips and I ate one. The Ovidius, I want to see more from this company, because that sound signature is unique, and I feel like the 2 that we've got so far are like beta testing. Like, can people handle the insanity that is the Ovidius sound? I like it. I'm desperate. I'm keeping these. These go on the shelf there, and I'm gonna put them upstairs on my I have an official gaming CRT computer where I play old school CRT games, and I'm gonna blast the shit out of those and scare myself. But the real winner came out the very beginning. The Braveries are my sound. If anybody wants to reach out and say, hey, put the Z instead of SeeAudio, it'll be ZAudio. Bravery. And then I will be on the packaging. Actually, no, we're gonna switch the front of the packaging to this postcard because I am fucking in love with that art. Like, could you see? I don't know what the camera's doing as far as like visually. That is a gorgeous fucking piece of art. As someone who collects weeby fucking wallpapers, that is awesome. The unbuttoned shirt. Next day, she still got her ears on because you made her wear them all night. And then it's signed by scribbly line, either Chinese or Japanese. I'm not sure. I'm gonna postcard this to myself. Oh my God, do people do that? Do people go on vacations? I just thought of this. Do like rich families go on vacations to like France and Paraguay and down to South America and then just send themselves postcards so when they get back home they find them in the mailbox? I feel like families do that. So anyway, the Braveries are a fucking buy. These are a $279 because the last IM I was this like happy about was the $520 Moondrop Variation, which I fucking love. And this is basically a Moondrop Variations bottom half, the low end and the width. The variations still have the highs and the imaging, but if you're like, okay, I don't really need the highs and the imaging, but I still want the vocals and the low end, Bravery, half price. It's literally half price. So get that wallpaper in the description. There's also a wallpaper hoard linked below, which if you join that, it's Resilio Sync. Look that up. I have a video on it on the secondary channel. It's basically BitTorrent protocol and lets you get all the wallpapers I've ever used ever as I change them. There's currently 153 people that we all just, as soon as I add a wallpaper, everyone gets it. One person gets it, then 2 people get it, then 5 people get it, then everyone's get it. Because BitTorrent. So if you want the wallpapers forever, that's down there for free and go look up the original artists. Links to all these. I didn't have a sponsor this video. I was considering if I wanted to do Triangle sponsor, but I'm waiting for them to get back to me on an issue I'm having before I just fully endorse things. Wallpaper. Oh, Patreon and Subscribe Star. Do you like these videos? Do you want me to keep making more of them? Do you want me to not have to suck every sponsor's D? I don't really actually suck anyone's D. It's just, you know, I feel like if I'm doing a sponsor video, I should probably clean up my act and speak respectably. If you don't want me to fucking do that, and you want me to stay fucking Zeos, please support me on Patreon or Subscribe Star. Because you people don't give a shit. Mostly. But if you do give a shit, you go on there. So you get to see reviews early, participate in yard sales, which I'm pretty sure I'll probably give the Ovidius a run on my gaming rig and then sell them, and the Titans will go on gaming rig and sell them. These are going in the new box. I have a brand new 24 watch case that I'm putting I'm going to start organizing all my good IMs. I'm keeping these. These came with too many fucking waifus to just like put them in a yard sale. From the 1st to the 10th of every month, free shipping in the continental United States and Canada, half shipping internationally, unless the price of shipping goes up, which it might, for gasoline and Russian reasons. Listen to the sound demos on the second channel, losslessly, through Patreon or Subscribestar. Once you're $5 tier, you get into a private channel that has all the sound demos uploaded losslessly. $10 a month gets you in the private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat, where those people just get, like, I take my phone out, I do this, I take my phone out, and I go, and I get a phone call from my cousin, which I'm going to decline, because I'll call him back. I promise I'll call him back. But anyway, I'll pick up my phone, and I talk to my patrons all the time. $10 patrons get my attention. If you want to ask me questions, that's where you go. You want to be if you want to be in the swap meet channel, where you can post things for sale or say you want to buy things, and with all the previous patrons in that tier for life, because that's a lifetime thing, the $10 chat gets you access to the swap meet channel. So if you want that, my heating just came on because it's fucking cold, even though it's April. I'm gonna go enjoy your wallpaper, enjoy your braveries. If you're brave enough, see, you don't need bravery to have the braveries. You need bravery to buy the Ovidius, and then you need to be just on a budget to buy the Titans. So, oh, by the way, Attack on Titan final season finished, except part 3 was announced, so it's not actually finished. So I'm gonna go finish the second part of the part 2, but not the third part. That's next year. Fuck.